Oh, you see a sample today. I'll go in, but you're positive you're not okay. So you are at
That's a permanent transfer.
Just check the time.
Hi guys,
Hi, how you
I'm
going?
Bridget.
I'm Damon.
Nice to meet you, Damon.
Thanks for coming. I'm just here with Bob. We've just been here 10 minutes. So Bob's had some onset of central crushing chest pain for 45 minutes now, and he's very dizzy as well. They're the odds that we've got on him.
Sure.
So his heart rate's 34. The last blood pressure we just got, which was a manual blood pressure, was 90 on 50.
Mm-hmm.
His saturations are 92% on room air. He's breathing obviously at a rate of 16. Still has 7 out of 10 chest pain.
Yep.
He's allergic to morphine, and he's otherwise he's previously well. He has no other medical issues.
Okay. And can I have a quick look at the ECG?
That's the 12 lead we just got there.
Yeah. So it looks like a sinus brady, and that looks like an inferior STEMI pattern, doesn't it? Yeah. That's quite bradycardic, and he is hypotensive, so I think we're going to have to deal with that first.
Yeah, the pulse rates as you see there, rate of 37.
Could we look at getting IV access first? please?
Absolutely.
Did you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Thanks very much. And then have a quick look. Hi Bob, I'm Bridget.
Hey.
Nice to meet you. Sorry, now we're going to ask you some of the same questions again.
Okay.
This pain started 45 minutes ago, is that
Yeah,
correct?
about that, yeah.
And how would you describe the pain?
Oh, really bad. It's like it's crushing in my chest.
Mm-hmm.
It's really bad.
Okay. What were you doing when the pain started?
Nothing. It's just sitting here watching TV.
Okay.
Just came on.
Have you had pain like this before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Bob, at the moment it looks like you've got a problem with your heart. It's
Right.
beating quite slowly, and that's a concern. Your
Right.
blood pressure is also low.
I feel really dizzy.
Yeah, so we're going to need to deal with that. So if you don't mind, we're just going to pop some pads on your chest,
Okay, what's that for?
just in case we need to give you any electricity to speed up your heart,
Oh.
or to shock you if we need to.
Oh.
Hopefully we won't,
Oh, okay.
especially not while you're sitting up chatting to us like this. So Damon, if you don't mind, we'll do anterior, posterior at the
Yep.
moment. Just,
So these are just adult pads.
super, yeah. So
Sorry, I'm
set
just going
up
to put these pads on.
Okay.
to potentially face if necessary. Have you done any management so far? Have you given him anything?
No, not yet. We've just got here. We've given him an aspirin,
Okay.
but we haven't given him any G10, and he's also allergic to morphine.
Okay. So that pain is still really bad?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Okay. What I'd like to do is give some fentanyl for pain, and we'll give some atropine to see if we can speed up this bradycardia at the moment. So can we get them drawn up?
Sure, which one's the atropine?
So here's atropine. You drop the whole lot of it into a 3-month syringe, and then you can just give it back to me. And I'll deal with it. That access is in and working.
I see there's a bit fluff in it, but it's good.
Super, yeah. Thanks very much. And are you doing some fentanyl?
I'll get fentanyl. Yeah, I'll just get
Excellent.
some.
And we'll get some fluids running. Super. So Bob, have you ever had pain like this before?
No, I've never.
No. Do you have any medical history?
Not that I know of.
You usually fitting well?
Yeah, pretty well. Don't really get sick.
Good. Okay. And you're allergic to morphine?
Yeah,
Any other allergies that you know of?
nothing that I know of.
Have you ever had blood thinning drugs or anything like that?
No,
And you've
I don't
never
think
had
so.
any allergies to them?
No, I don't think so.
I'm going to do a quick examination if that's okay. So I'm going to listen to your chest and your heart
Okay,
and just
sure.
have a look. So I'm going to expose his chest.
Okay.
1,2, 1.2, 1 mil, expires October 2001. Can you read that now, please?
Yeah, so it's atropine at 1200 micrograms in 1 mil, and it's in date.
Anything of note on his chest or his abdomen? And I'm going to have a look at ankles. Are your ankles swollen at all,
No,
Bob?
I
No,
don't
you
think
haven't
so.
noticed any swelling
No.
or anything like that?
No.
Excellent, okay.
What would you like that to that?
Is it running?
Not
Is the
yet.
cannulas working?
Yep, cannula's working, yeah.
Thanks very much. Yeah, we'll just turn it off. Sorry, no, we're going to give a 250 ml bolus
Okay,
now to start off.
we'll just open that up.
So we're just going to give that a minute, that fluid challenge a minute, see if it works.
Just read that one.
The atropine
It's
ready.
fentanyl, 100 micrograms in 2 mils, and it's December 2019.
And if you have a minute, would you draw up an adrenaline 1 in
Yeah.
10,000, please? So. So Bob, it looks to us like you're having a heart attack.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
Really?
that's bad news.
that's not good.
No, it isn't, and that's why you're feeling so awful. We're giving you some fluids, hoping that that'll make you feel a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
We have some plans if you get worse, that we can give you some more medication or some electricity through your chest.
Right.
And we're going to give you some pain relief.
Okay, that'd be
So,
great.
All of that is happening. At the same time, I need to ask you a whole series of questions.
Right,
It's important you concentrate
okay,
on all those questions for me.
okay.
Can you tell me about your morphine allergy before we start, just to make sure fentanyl is okay?
Oh, I just get a rash with it,
Okay.
a bit itchy.
And have you ever had fentanyl? It's like morphine, but it doesn't usually have much side effects for
No, I
people.
don't think I've had it before.
Okay. Well, we can give you that. If you get a very bad rash or you're very uncomfortable, we can deal with that later. But I think the pain relief is important first.
Okay.
Right. So we are
That
80.
fentanyl's ready to go.
Excellent. I'll do another blood pressure, and then we can give 25 mics.
I'm so dizzy.
That's adrenaline, 1 in 2,000.
And the fluids are running in.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So Bob, we're out here in the countryside. We're 80 minutes from the hospital, isn't that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
It would take an hour and a half about to get to hospital.
Yeah.
And what age are you?
42.
42. Excellent.
Looks like that blood pressure's come back, and it looks like it's still 95,
Yeah.
50.
Okay. I'm going to continue with the fluids. I'm going to hold off on the atropine and the.
Sorry, I was just say it's 90 or 50, it's unchanged.
Okay.
It's still 19.
We'll keep the fluids running in for now, so will you give 25 mics fentanyl, please? Yeah. Now, Bob, some important
Yeah.
questions. Are you listening?
Yeah.
You tell me you don't think you have any allergies to any blood clotting medications.
No, I don't think
So
so.
I'm going to give a few names just in case any of them ring a bell. Tenecteplase, enoxaparin, clopidogrel.
I haven't heard of any of those things.
Excellent. We don't have. So what about thrombocytopenia? Do you ever hear of that word?
Never.
No. And have you ever been told you had a problem with your platelets in your blood? That
No.
they didn't stick around. Have you
No.
ever had tuberculosis, TB?
No.
No. Have you ever had a brain tumor or any problems in your brain?
Don't think so.
Any veins, any funny veins in your brain?
Not that I know
Okay. Have you ever had a bleed in your brain?
of. No.
No. And have you ever had a stroke or a mini stroke?
No.
Good. Have you ever had any injuries to your head? Brain injury?
No, I don't don't think so.
And have you had any accidents, falls or trauma recently? Car crashes, big falls, anything
No,
like
no,
that?
no.
No.
Sorry, Bridget, you just noticed that Rudy is really pale and really diaphoretic. State for dizziness is increasing.
Okay.
Blood pressure's, if you do tap it, it comes back at that 85, 89.
Okay. I'm going to try the atropine. Hopefully that'll speed up her rate a little bit just to get her through until we can get through the so this is 1200 mics in 1 mil. We're going to give half of that. So would you mind
So
giving
0.5 ml?
0.5 mil? That's correct.
And is it a
And
slow
then-
push, or is it just straight up? Just straight?
Straight up, and then give it a good flush, please.
So 0.5 is going down.
Yeah.
Just turn those fluids open again.
You don't have any tummy pain or back pain with your
No.
chest pain today?
No,
No, and you've never had any aneurysms?
no,
No. Have you had any surgery in the last while?
no,
Even on your eyes?
no.
No. Do you have any bleeding problems? Do you ever bleed when you open your bowels or when you cough or if you vomit?
No, haven't noticed.
No, you've never had any bleeding like that? Do you have any bleeding disorders, like clotting disorders?
No, I don't think so.
No. So, your medications at the moment, are you on any medication?
Don't think I'm on, no, I'm not on medication, no.
Okay. Now, 1 second. Could somebody drop 1 in 10,000 adrenaline?
Oh, we've
Yeah,
got that
just-
ready, yeah, yeah.
Excellent, okay. We're going to carry on with the fentanyl.
Yep.
So will you just keep an eye on that, Dan,
Yeah,
and just
sure.
keep the time going on that?
That's due now, so I'll give it another dose if you like.
Excellent. And has there been any response in rate to the
Yeah, it
atropine?
looks like that atropine's just kicked in actually. The heart rate's come up to about 60. And it
Okay.
looks like you've had an increase in blood pressure to about 95, 100, and Rudy's looking a lot better, so it's
Okay.
not as sweaty.
Yeah, we'll carry on with that. So, in the meantime, can you get a manual blood pressure for me, please?
Yep.
So we're going to do another 1280 ECG then after that. Let's see how the next one is. You didn't have any problems getting access. You don't have.
No, it's not a
Um,
problem. I just got a 20 gauge in that's flowing really
Yeah.
well.
Yep. There isn't any other punctures anywhere in the patient. You don't.
No.
No. Okay. We haven't done CPR. You're not pregnant, Bob?
No.
I'm a joker. Have you got any, you said you don't have any medical problems, but just to check, you don't have like liver or kidney failure or cancer?
No,
Nothing
no,
like
no.
that? No, good. And you're living here independently in your house,
Yeah.
and you said you've had no trauma. That's good. Okay, we're nearly there now. So, this is the important bit I need you to listen to carefully, okay?
Right,
I need to read it to you.
okay,
Yeah, and afterwards we'll discuss it and then you can sign it if you're happy.
okay.
So Bob, it's likely that you're suffering from a heart attack and we would like to administer the following medications to restore the blood flow back through your heart.
Right,
The drugs we're talking about giving you are enoxaparin and clopidogrel, and they reduce new clots forming in your heart,
right.
and then we can give you a drug to dissolve any blockages in your heart, and that's called tenecteplase. The sooner you receive these medications, the lower your risk from the heart attack, and it's recommended we start this treatment as soon as possible.
Right,
Early treatment with these medications increase your chance of surviving by 20 to 25%.
right.
So that's why we're doing all this here now at home, to
Okay,
get all this done nice and early. The problem is that these medications can cause some serious side effects in a small number of people, but the treatment is still recommended under international and national cardiology guidelines.
right,
The biggest threat, the biggest risk is that you'd have a big life-threatening stroke, and that happens to about 1 in every 100 people. And
right,
there's also the chance that you have some other bleeding. About 4 in 100 people have significant bleeding, and that can be
Right.
from your gut or somewhere like that. That's
Oh,
not
okay.
usually life-threatening. Some people have allergic reactions, but we're able to deal with most allergic reactions if they
Right.
happen. Do you understand what I've said?
Yeah, well, I died from a stroke.
You could, but at the moment you're having a big heart attack, and the risk from the heart attack is quite significant. So if we treat that now and early, you're much more likely to have a good outcome.
Right, okay. All right.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll get you to sign here. Have you any other questions?
No.
So just to confirm the obs, can I have a look at the new ECG?
So I just did a manual blood pressure and it was
Yeah.
110 on 60.
Okay, is that
And that's
better?
that's the ECG at a rate of 60 though.
60, okay. So you and my ECP, see the inferior pattern here.
Mm-hmm.
In the previous one, we did have a little bit of, there's still a little bit of ST depression, AVL, and that's classic reciprocal changes with this. So that's why I'm deciding to go ahead with thrombolizing Bob here at the moment. Bob, what do you weigh about?
80 kilos.
Everything else is the same at the moment. Bob's GCS 15.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as dizzy, Bob. You look a bit better.
Yeah, I don't feel as dizzy.
Yes, please. That's good. So we're going to go through this process. So first of all, do I have?
Sorry, it's my other chart.
No, I'll draw it in that one there, isn't it?
Yeah. So what I want to give is
The 0 point.
it's 0.4 is in the vial, and I want to give 0.3.
Mm-hmm. Just in a 1 ml syringe.
Yes, please. And then this one's for after. And I'm going to go through the process. So I take this cap off, I take the paper off, I plug that in, I plug that, this whole one goes on there, like that. So I put all of the fluid into the vial.
Yep.
Yep. You give it a little, not shake like a normal person, give it a twirl so that all of the powder has melted. And then I'm going to draw it all back up into the syringe to make sure it's all mixed and out of here. And then Bob is 80 kilos, so he's 70 to 80 kilos, so that's 8 mils, which is 40 milligrams of tenecteplase. But first we need to give the
That's the enoxaparin 0.4
0.4,
ml.
yeah. So I'm going to give 0.3.
Enoxaparin 2018.
Enoxaparin 2018, excellent. So I'm going to give 0.3 of this IV, and then I'm going to look at the time, because we have to go 15 minutes after that for the subcut dose. So I'll do that. So I'm giving 0.3 through there. Give that a flush. The time is 35 minutes past, so 15 minutes later. So I've drawn up my my 8 mils here. This is the clot busting drug. This is the good one. So I'm
Okay.
going to give 0.8 of that. Flush that through. And then this one's for after. And now we're going to get organised to get moving, guys. So if you're able to bring the stretcher in, that would be great. Anything else I need to think about right now? How are you feeling, Bob?
Oh, a bit better. Pain's a little bit better.
That's good. So we're going to do an ECG now in 1 second, and see if there are in a minute, and see if there's any changes. And we'll do a full set of obs while you're getting the stretcher ready, and then I need to give the clopidogrel, and then we'll be ready to move. So I'm going to give 300 milligrams of clopidogrel. Some more tablets for you to take, Bob.
Oh,
Yeah,
Don't like
so
taking tablets.
4 of these, I know they're not nice, but it's
Oh.
important at the moment. I'm going to give you 4 of these to pop in, and then we're going to get moving.
okay.
And I've got the subcut. I'm going to hold on to that in my pocket so that we're ready to give that at the 15-minute mark. While we're waiting for the stretcher, we'll do a full set of obs. And then we're 80 minutes away from hospital. So we're going to do a code 2 drive to the hospital, and we'll pre-alert them maybe when we're about 20 minutes out to to let them know how we're going. What are the odds now at the moment?
So I just did another blood pressure and it was 110 on 60 still.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just doing a 12 ECG now. But the rate that I felt was at a rate of 65.
Okay. And how's that pain?
Oh, it's a lot better than before.
Okay. Out
Yeah.
of 10, if 10 was the worst pain ever in the world, what would your pain be right now?
Oh, maybe a 4 or 5.
And how much, Tanya, how much fentanyl in total is?
75.
Yeah. Well, if the pain's staying at 4, we're going to give another little bit of fentanyl in a minute.
I think that's it there. Is it? That's 20 minutes. Just beforehand, now I could look at his ECG.
Thank you.
It's at a rate of 60.
60, the same ECG. So at the moment there isn't any change in the ST elevation, and it's still well, it's a sinus brady, but it's a sinus rhythm with an inferior pattern that hasn't really changed. We're going to continue, and hopefully it'll be working along the way.
Alright, let's stop the footage. Do they do that? No, do they?
I don't know.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, that's a big